I stand all amazed at the love Jesus offers me, confused at the grace that so fully He proffers me. I tremble to know that for me He was crucified, and for me, a sinner, He suffered, He bled and died. Oh, it is wonderful that He should care for me, enough to die for me. Oh, it is wonderful, wonderful to me. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. And there's like new songs coming out with all these LDS artists that I love. They're like young and they're fit my style of voice. One of them I like to sing, and I love that it's like pop and it's like fun, and it has still like such a good message. It's like, I think I know better. I think I know how it should be. I got it all planned out, but He's got a plan for me. When it's bad weather, sometimes I will look to the sky. Today was supposed to be dry, but that's not what I need. Life's so unpredictable, and things might not be going my way. But it's gonna be a good day, though things are going my way. I'm gonna stand. I don't remember the rest of the words. Anyways, like I grew up being able to like sing stuff like that in church, and like I don't know. I mean, even in my car, I'm almost holding back. There's something about being in a big room, in a big congregation, where you just like can let it all out, you know, like no inhibitions, no quietness, just like sing your heart out, but sing your heart out to God. And it's been a huge blessing in my life to convert to the church, but like this void is getting really, really painful for me, to not have really like a venue, a home, a place, an avenue to still sing that way. And I'm getting to the point where I can't think of any way I can other than to go back to these churches. I'm not going to abandon the faith I have now, but there's nowhere to sing like this. You know, like maybe the first couple, some people would be like, yeah, maybe you could sing like that at Sacrament, but a lot of people are like, yeah, you add too much to the song, it distracts, it's not reverent enough. And the thing that is hard about that for me is I've been singing this way since I was so little. So it seems like maybe I'm embellishing songs and doing things for like attention, and if I would just sing more pure, you know, that I would be fine if I sing in sacrament meeting, but like that's not me. That's not me pouring out my heart, and I have to focus really hard to undo some of these techniques I've done for so long that have become just part of how I sing. That like I don't get to just sing from the spirit when I sing the way I'm supposed to. I have to like really make this like mental conscious effort, like, oh, don't do that with your voice, like, oh, don't do that, like someone's gonna think that that is not reverent or that's distracting, and it's depressing. And the other hard thing is just that there was an opportunity to sing your heart out to God on a stage or with the band. Like if you really wanted and felt like you had a gift to share and you wanted to share just about every Sunday, you could. If you didn't feel like that was your gift and you just still love to sing your heart to God, then you're in the congregation. But like no one was going to be turned away who had this gift, and so you could make this music part of your life every week. And now it's like, yeah, we have sacrament hymns, but you know, if you feel like you're supposed to get up and share that gift, like you feel like maybe once a year is okay, but then anything beyond that seems really showy. Like we don't really have like this great way for people to share their talents in the church without it being kind of awkward, you know, other than, like I said, maybe like once a year at most, or you're gonna feel weird. And so to go from sharing every week and having people tell me, please never stop singing, please never stop sharing, I feel like you're supposed to do this. And in my heart, feeling like, I feel like I'm supposed to do this too. Like, I don't know that I'll ever be famous, or good enough to even have like a Christian album. I don't know. But like, you know, if it's just at church where somehow I'm touching people's lives and they would tell me that I was, then like I feel like I'm doing what God wanted me to do. And now I feel like I'm not doing what I thought God wanted me to do. And now that this LDS youth music is coming out, everyone's like, Rachel, sending me links. Rachel, you're gonna love this. And I love it. I'm like, they're singing like me. But the hard thing is like, maybe they're better than me. I don't know. And I don't know that I'm ever going to be discovered or be able to produce what they're producing and still get to share. So instead, I'm just in my living room, still singing to myself. And like, that's what I've been doing for years. That's where the void is. Like, no, I'm still not really sharing with people. Even singing like this on my phone, like, if you've experienced the congregation feeling of singing gospel, like singing your heart out to God, like, hey, you know, yeah, reverence is good, but I'm also excited about my faith, and I'm so grateful to God. Like, I want to jump for joy. Like, I have gratitude that's spilling out of me in a not reverent way. It's not like super irreverent. It's just like extreme joy. Like, I have a hard time that the church makes reverence so important, which is so good, because like I know that the Spirit talks to us in still small voice, but like we have other emotions that God's proud of us for and gives us, and he, I think, loves when we want to like gush out joy to him. And there's nothing like singing, for those of us that that's like our thing, and that's my thing, like that's my connection with God, to like gush out joy singing to him without inhibitions, without holding back, that like nothing can replace that. And like there's no avenue for that in the church. I guess what I'm saying is like I wish that there was a place. I don't know if I'm the only one though, but the funny thing is everyone made it sound like I was one of the only people that needed this kind of music in my life because I was a convert, and that the church would never have artists that were more my style that I would even like or enjoy. And now they're coming out in droves and people are loving it, these LDS youth songs, right? There's a reason people are loving that. That tells me, well, that I don't think I am alone if these are getting so popular. And so I don't know, like, can we have a music night that isn't church then, where like reverence isn't the main focus? Would people want to be a part of that? Would other people be vulnerable and be willing to share your gift even if it's not perfect? Could we start church bands, you know? Like, could we have like a monthly music night or quarterly or weekly? Like, I don't know what people's interest level is. Like in Christian churches, if you're in the band, you probably get together once a week. Maybe it's only just a couple hours before church. Maybe that's the only time you have, right? Sunday's kind of free, and you practice and then you share as good as what you got up front, you know? And anyways, I just wonder if there's anybody else who would want more music in their life from a spiritual perspective. If anyone's feeling this void like I'm feeling, where like you have a gift and you feel like you need to share it more, or you don't necessarily have that gift, but you'd love to hear more of this LDS type youth type music that's a little more like passionate or fun, incorporated somewhere somehow that we all get to feel part of. Because the hard thing for me is like, I don't know that I can ever be them, and I don't know that I can ever be good enough to like have a CD or be these famous youth artists. So then who am I? Like the girl in my car, in my living room singing alone? Like that doesn't feel like what my heart has felt strongly I needed to do for the longest time. So what's the in-between between being the person who doesn't have a place to share versus being like a famous LDS artist? Like, what about those of us who are like just kind of good? Like, what should we do with that? You know, where we want to still share it with others, and we don't want it to be alone in their living room. Like at a Christian church, you're in this room full of other people and you can feel their passion, and that just makes it explode even more. That like we're all there gushing gratitude and love to God. Like, it's the most amazing feeling. I love it, and I miss that so much. And if there isn't a spot for it in the church, then I think I'm going to go back to Christian churches sometimes while trying to figure out how to go to my Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints church too. Like, I'm not abandoning my faith, but like I just can't not do this anymore. I have got to share this. I've got to start singing more to God with other people.